Hi Blender fans and welcome to Blender TC. Hi Muharram, I think that's how you say your name, but you actually said will there be a cardboard stand or and a metal stand modelling video. So I don't know what a cardboard stand is, but what I'm going to do is actually do a metal stand, and this is going to be made out of tubular material. So join me on this tutorial. This is going to be a quick and simple tutorial. I mean really quick, because this is I've just figured this out. I've been thinking about it for a few days, but I think I've got this licked. So let's just do this, and I'm going to do this as a step-by-step video. So what I'm going to do is we've got the standard cube, and we're just going to scale this in the Z by 1.3. Like that, just to make it a little bit taller. I know the actual sizes are a bit out of scale, but what we're going to do is you can actually scale this down so it's actually the correct size if you wish to at the ends. But what we're going to do is actually go into edit mode by pressing the tab key. So we press the tab key and we select line select. Then what we're going to do is press Ctrl R, which actually does a loop cut, and then roll our mouse wheel forward once like that. So what we've got there is we've got this, and we've divided it into three. So next what we'll do is we're going to actually put a bevel on this edge, and we're going to use this to actually make our metal nightstand. Like I said, this is a really simple tutorial, so keep on watching. So Control and B will actually do a bevel, and what you can see is this will open down here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this quite a few segments sort of thing, but I'm going to make it at quite a distance. So I'm going to increase the distance like that, and I'm going to take this all the way up to 12 because I think it'll look quite good. In fact, make it 14. So I'll actually change this to 14. Right, we don't need the bevel material no more, so I'm just going to shrink that back down. So we've got this, and I'm just going to apply the shade smooth by hitting the right mouse button and putting shade smooth. So what we've got is a very simple model, and what we can do is now actually model some of this thing. So I'm not going to need the base, so I'm just going to get rid of the base. So X, delete the face, or faces. So I've got rid of the faces, and I don't need this line. In fact, I don't need all the lines. So if I press Alt down, this actually selects these rings, and I'm just going to press S, and we're going to get rid of these edges, just leaving these little sticks. And same on the actual front here, pressing the Alt key down, I'm just going to select that line, and I don't want any of these faces either, so X and delete faces. And as you can see, it's got nothing in between these, so we've deleted the faces, and next what we'll do is we're going to actually delete these two edges here. X, but this time we're going to do only faces, just to actually leave all these lines intact. So we've got our basic shape like this, and what we're going to do now is I'm just going to move this over there so it doesn't interfere with this. So we've got that moved over there, and we'll go on to a line select, go back into edit mode by pressing the tab key, go on to line select, you've got point select, line select and face select, so go on to line select, and we're going to actually select these. Now you've got a thing called the P key here, and this actually separates things away from each other, but it actually leaves them still connected in some way when you're in edit mode. So press the P key, and what we're going to do is put selection. So we've now got, oops, it actually splits them off completely actually. So we've now got the actual frame, and we've got these cross members. So we're going to select the frame, select the cross members, and then funnily enough we're going to actually join these back together by pressing join. There's a good reason for that, because it improves topology at the end, and you'll see this quite evidently. So we're now going to there, and what we're going to do is go into our object like that, and we're going to convert these into a curve object. So we've actually changed these into a curve object. just undo that so you can actually see what happens. So you've got this, and this is actually a mesh object, but what we want to do is actually convert it into a curve object. So we convert it into a curve object, and this little smiley sidewards on face appears. And this is what we're going to use to actually make our frame. So select this and go right down, down, down. In fact, no, it's just here. You've got a thing called geometry. And if we scroll down here, we've got depth. So what we can do is actually select the depth, and we increase this, and this will make this into tubular, as big or as small as you wanted. Now the reason we actually split these off earlier on is because this tube actually goes into there, and that goes into there, and usually there's a seam weld on there. It's up to you whether you actually want to actually put the detail of the seam weld. But we're going to say that these are quite well made, so it's going to be a really good finish. And now all we've got to do, as you can see, that it looks a bit jaggedy, for want of a better word. And we're going to actually increase the resolution like that until it's to the 8. And then press the right click on your mouse, and we're going to shade smooth this. So as you can see, we've now made our frame. I think it's a little bit too thick for my liking, so I'm going to actually shrink this down until it's somewhere where I like it, and I think that's about it. So with that actually selected, then we can actually go back into object mode, and we can actually convert this back into a mesh. And as you can see, if we actually go into edit mode on this mesh, the geometry is quite clean. Press the L key, and with G and Y, we can see that the actual poles go into each other, but the actual geometry is very clean. So this actually helps for a very smooth model. Now we've got this actual bedside cabinet made out of tubes, so I'm just going to actually put the little shelf that we can put our book on. So I'm just going to add into this a cube. So add in a mesh, and we're going to add in a cube like that. If we actually press the 1 key and look from the front, we're going to actually scale this along the X until just about touches there, just like there's a few screws in there. So we're just going to scale this on the Z, scale on the Z by 0.5 like that, and I'll just move this up G and Z. So my little handles coming out there, I'm going to actually put a little shelf down here, I think, as well. But we want to actually put our book into here, so let's have a look at this. So we just select this. I press the tab key to go back into edit mode. But because we've actually shrunk this from the actual full size cube, what we've got to do is press Ctrl and A just to actually fix the rotation and the scale. Otherwise, our bridge modifier won't work very well, and the insert won't work very well. I'm just going to scale this forward slightly, scale on the Y, just to make this sort of flush at the back, and G and Y just to move it so it sticks out ever so slightly at the back, and maybe a little bit at the front like that. So we've got this now. Press the tab key to go into edit mode, select this face on the front, select the one on the back by holding the shift button down, and what I'm going to do is press the I key twice and just scale this down to it's about that thickness, but it's entirely up to you what thickness you actually use. And then if we use a right click, what we can do is we can bridge the faces. So we bridge the faces, and as you can see, if we go out of edit mode and into render mode, we've got a little bit of distortion there, so I want to actually tighten these up, these corners. So I'm just going to quickly do that by putting a few loop cuts in there, one to the front here, one to the back, and I'm going to put one on the left like that, pressing Ctrl and R each time, Ctrl and R. And if we actually look at this now, you'll see that the actual corner has become sharper. But to really make it nice and sharp, if you put a cut there and a cut there, and of course do them at the top as well, because it depends how low the perspective of the person is on where you want the actual cuts. And Control R on this line as well, and I'm just going to actually put that up to there. Now it's entirely up to you whether you want to bevel on this surface, and I think that's about it. So we've got our bedside cabinet, and I'm just going to add in another cube, mesh cube, look from the front, scale it into Z, like that, scale into Z, and then G and Z just to move it down. I'll just make it a little bit thicker by scaling into Z again, just to actually make it that little bit thicker. And I think that'll about do. It's up to you where you put the actual shelf, but I'm going to put mine level with the bottom of this. Make it a little bit lower, just like it's a little. It's like there's little sides on there, just to actually catch the things that might be actually wanting to fall off this shelf. And finally, of course, in fact, let's just make a quick material ourselves. So just going to actually go on to new material, and we're just going to actually go on to new, and I'm just going to add in a simple material to this whole model. So let's just join them together. Right click and join, and whether you want it to be red, you can actually just delete that. Whether you want it to be red or black or grey or brown or even green, it's entirely up to you. But as you can see, we've made ourselves a very quick nightstand made out of metal tubing, and all we've got left to do is just add an HDRI, just actually have a bit of colour. Or you can actually increase the metal on this to make it nice and glossy, like that. Take the roughness right down, and we've made ourselves a quite smart, modern looking bedside cabinet. And then of course just add a few books, a couple of magazines and a lamp maybe, and this will finish it off in your scene. Like I said, this was a requested tutorial. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel, and it's always nice to receive comments, and if you'd like something making, just drop me a line or leave a comment. Bye for now.